Hey, what's up, IGTV? Good morning. Hey, today I want to take you through 2 medicine ball movements that I regularly program in my workouts. Now, medicine balls, you can do slams, you can do different jumps, rotational movement, plyometric movements, ballistic movements, functional movements, a whole lot of movements. But these 2 exercises that I'm going to show you are actually one and the same, but I use them in the warm-up. Okay, so I got 2 medicine balls that I'm going to work with. One is going to be the oversized traditional Dynamax ball that typically has a little bit of a bigger bounce. And then another one is going to be the slam ball or sand ball that doesn't have a bounce or a minimal bounce at best. Both are going to be 10 pounds. Both are going to be doing a medicine ball slam with it. But here's 2 variations or versions of it and the whys behind it. So our first slam is going to be performed with the Dynamax ball. Position number 1, if you'll notice here, is what's called a triple extension position. Arms are up overhead, as well as up on the balls of the toes, and hips are extended forward, giving you the triple extension position. Now you perform your regular medicine ball slam. But where this one differs from your regular medicine ball slam is, if you'll notice here, there's only a slight bend in the knees. Not a full collapsed squat position, but more so like a hinge or deadlift position. But the arms follow all the way through. Because this ball bounces, you will just reset and grab the ball and repeat. Next we'll move to a little bit more of a traditional slam ball. This is with the sand ball. You'll notice in this one, there's not much difference. You're still starting with the triple extension position. But where this does become a different slam is because it's with the sand ball and there's minimal bounce. You'll notice here at the bottom, I'm at the bottom of a squat. My feet are down and flat, weight on the heels like a squat, but because there's no bounce, I have to go get the ball. Then you rinse and repeat. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 versions of the same exercise. You got the one with the Dynamax ball that has that little bit of a bounce, and you don't really use your lower body. The second way of doing it, or the second version, is going to be the slam ball or the sand ball, where there's not really much of a bounce, so you do have to squat down and go get it. Now, when and why, what's the reason for the differences? So if I were to do a pulling only day, I might use the Dynamax ball to where I don't need my legs at all, but my lats and my arms in that pulling down movement becomes the priority. It becomes a very, very obvious movement and very, very similar to a straight arm pull down, a lat pull down, or basically any rowing movement, pulling movement that engages the lats. Okay, so that's why I would want to throw that at the beginning of my workout or the end of my warm-up, depending on how you want to look at it. Now, on the flip side, the other one with the sand ball, the one that does not bounce, I would put that at the end of my warm-up on a leg day, or let's just say an upper and lower, maybe say a total body day. Okay, because the lats, the upper body, everything upper body comes into play on the slam. Yet because the ball doesn't bounce, I do have to go down and get it and squat. So my hip mechanics and my hip mobility and my ankle mobility and ankle mechanics and all that stuff comes into play, similar to pretty much all your lower body movements. Now that's in regards to putting them into a warm-up. Now let's say you wanted to put it in your workout, mid-workout. If you were doing something like a superset, maybe you did a pull down, like a lat pull down, and then you supersetted it into a medicine ball slam, I would use the Dynamax ball, isolating or focusing on the upper body. Now let's flip it. Let's say it's a lower body superset. Maybe you did something like squats or deadlifts or lunges or Bulgarian split squats or something along those lines. Maybe I would use the sand ball that doesn't bounce so that I had to squat. So we're just kind of double dipping and picking on that same muscle group that you just did in your strength exercise. The third time that I like to implement these 2 slams is going to be at the end of my workout. Whether it's the Dynamax ball that bounces or the sand ball that doesn't bounce, both are going to hit home pretty hard at the end of your workout. So from a conditioning standpoint, maybe you go a little bit lighter weight, which is fine. Both of those were 10-pound balls that I was showing you. Both get the job done. But if it's a conditioning, you definitely want to stay a little bit light, and maybe you go a little bit increased tempo, a little bit more rapid fire, a little bit more conditioning based. So there you go. There you have it. 2 versions, 1 exercise. Pick your poison. You can't go wrong. Hey, if you got any questions on that, DM me, send details, let's talk it through, and we'll go from there. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.